big news from Australia, where the government has just announced the review of the points test for its migration program. The revision of points test was committed by the government in last migration review, so they have put out a discussion paper with 7 questions and asked for feedback from stakeholders before making changes to the points test. We will talk about these 7 points in detail in this video. So this is a 16-page paper which details out need for skilled migration, current point system, and what changes we may expect. In the paper, government has outlined the current points allocation, where there are maximum 145 points available and you need minimum 65 points to be eligible for skilled migration. One main issue that the government has found that the migration or nomination decisions are made on scoring highly on overall points rather than giving due importance to factors like education, work experience, or English skills. This is why they have mentioned a number of questions they are considering for the revised points test. First question relates to the skilled job. This is where the government is asking whether giving more points for Australian work experience over the overseas work experience is helping in any way, and whether they should consider points for a job offer, especially for temporary migrants like students applying for 189 or 190 or 491 visas. So 2 main things here. One is that they may revise the points for onshore and offshore work experience and also may introduce extra points or a requirement of job offer for onshore temporary migrants applying for permanent visas. Second question is related to the use of occupation lists and addressing skills shortage. So the background here is that Australia has used occupation lists to determine the skills shortage, but that has been not accurate, as by the time migrants arrive, the demand for occupation may change, or there may be limited jobs, for example, in occupations like dentist or medical practitioner or others, and migrants may end up working in a different field than that of their skills. So question is if government still uses the occupation lists and how to compile them. Also, how do they target long-term skills needs? Third question is quite important and impacts every prospective migrant as it is related to age. There are indications in the discussion paper that revised points test could target young individuals or migrants as they contribute to economy and skills needs to longer period of time. So watch this space, as indications are there will be definite changes on points for age and preference, maybe for younger migrants. The fourth and fifth questions are related to the contributions of partners. The government recognizes that it is in Australia's benefit to have a contributory partner, as they can contribute their skills too. The government seems to be considering this seriously and may give more points to the contributory partners. Other than this, there is statement on gender equality and support for women to have their qualifications recognized in Australia, so there be may points in future for this criteria. Sixth question recognizes that the system of EOI is working well for Australia, but it takes time to consider and process the EOIs. So, as Australia introduces new points test, how they can make it better to process EOIs. The last question is related to how often the government should review the points test. Points system has been used in Australia since 1979, but the only revision to it was done in 2012 and now in 2024. The government plans to have these reviewed more often to better deliver on the migration program. So the government is asking for submissions to address these 7 points till 24th May, and after they will likely finalize the new points test following review of submissions.